Oh, champ. Run up these likes, run up these likes. We back again with another one, man. Listen, check this out, man. I'm a firm believer that Corey Holcomb might be in prison sometime soon. Yeah. I'm a strong believer. He himself said these things. I ain't even say it. Bro said that he will be locked away for a long time because of these heinous things. Now, I ain't gonna lie. Viewer discretion is advised, because I know a lot of y'all, some of y'all might not even know about this, but I'm gonna show you anyway, champ, because it's important. Now, I usually wouldn't even give Poetik Flakko any credit because he's a goddamn rodent, but I do give Poetik Flakko some credit because this is very important that everybody needs to see. This is disgusting. And I talked about this yesterday, and you seen the homie Tough Stino talk about it. Well, champ, now it's my turn, champ. Yeah, because I think that this needs the ultimate promotion. I think everyone needs to know the type of disgusting, putrid individual we dealing with. And yeah, he's supposed to do his podcast tonight, but Corey Holcomb needs to be dragged in such ways. If you watching this right now, like I said, if you are sensitive, this may affect you in a negative light. Up these likes, smash the like, and when the video's done, hit the hype button. Let's jump in, shall we?
Corey Holcomb's career might be over after these new allegations. They are accusing Corey Holcomb of being a PDF, and the receipts are going mega viral and gaining a lot of steam. It feels like the more these receipts go viral, Corey Holcomb's career might be over, bro. The ending may be near. And the worst part about it all, this damage is self-inflicted. They're just using Corey's own admissions against him. I don't know what Corey was thinking coming on the podcast and admitting to certain things he admitted to, but now the world is watching.
When I was in Iceland, you don't have to be no 18. I think it was 13, maybe 14.
Yeah.
That's a grunt. The vagina been on this planet 14 years. I've said this before on the show also. Do you know if a woman 16 years old gives you a baby, that is going to be 16, 17, 18, 19. That is going to be one of the healthiest babies possible.
You heard it there. You heard it, and you heard what he said, champ. He thinks that PDFing results in a healthy baby. Yeah, you hear that. And listen, unfortunately, the reality of the situation is there are people who resonate with this message. Why do you think he has a following, champ? People resonate with this message. So yeah, I want Corey Holcomb to be canceled. I want Corey Holcomb to be dragged. I do. Along with a lot of you, champ. I do. But the reality is, there's bozos and sickos who still will support this message. And that's the unfortunate truth, gang. So, will he lose a lot of things? Oh, 1000%. People are going to go completely against him and are already doing so, which they should. But this is nasty work. I'm just pushing this into the algorithm. I'm pushing this on my platform because this is important. People need to know the type of monsters and individuals that's in the culture, gang. And this is just an example of one of many people who partake in nasty things. We seen Charleston White. This guy's worse than Charleston White, and you'll find out why soon. Hit the like. Let's continue.
First red flag was Corey Holcomb knowing the age of consent in various countries. Any man even having access to that information makes me feel icky. But yet alone a 60-year-old, that's nasty, bro. Second red flag was him saying, I've said this before. So this is an opinion that he has really thought about, sat with, and dissected, and he still didn't see anything wrong with him saying this.
Right.
At that age, they've been on the planet long enough. They're in their prime developmental-wise to create a life.
Corey have talked about this at length before, so every word he says is intentional. When he says they are in their prime to conceive, you don't have to ask Corey, who are they conceiving with? Who are they having a baby with? Only grown men are in a position to take care of a family and lead a household. So this is him advocating for them to have babies with grown men. But what are we doing here, man?
But you're taught in America something different.
Those eggs are buoyant. You could dribble them eggs.
Oh, Craig, is that you, champ? Craig? Oh, shit. Craig. Craig is cool. I thought you were against it, champ. No. 6'3", 250 Craig is playing along with this nasty, disgusting Geppetto rhetoric. You don't say. It's always the applesauce colored Negroes. Oh, champ. Of course, you be the one co-signing this. Huh, champ? I knew it, champ. But let's continue.
They got bounced back. Yeah.
Craig Smith is almost 50. Corey Holcomb is almost 60. And they're sitting on a podcast talking about how 14-year-olds have bounced back. Yo, come on, bro. Like, yo, that's absurd. Now, to make things worse, Corey Holcomb went on another podcast and he admitted to testing out the young women in Iceland. Now, the same young women that he claims, were 13, 14 and ready to conceive.
You go to other countries, I'm just saying, in America, most people only know what they know in America, but I've been to other countries, and in Iceland, I think the legal age to get with a girl is 13 years old.
Oh, my God.
Right, it blows people's mind when they hear it. But in Iceland, R. Kelly is not a criminal.
In Iceland, R. Kelly is not a criminal. Well, apparently you ain't either. And according to you, you got enough stuff on your computer to get you the same charges that R. Kelly got, or worse. Yeah, he said this, and we gonna get to this soon, because it's in this very video that we're watching, Jim. I ain't gonna lie. Listen, salute to Poetik Flakko. Listen, I don't usually give Flakko his kudos, but salute to Flakko for putting in some work, Jim. This was a necessity. Listen, Flakko might be a rat. He might be what he is. But I do respect you putting out this information, champ. This information is very key, champ. I ain't mad. This is a good thing you did, champ. I respect the fact that you're not with none of the PDF shenanigans. I'll give you some tokens there, champ. I'll do it. Let's continue.
He's a normal guy in Iceland. I went to Iceland and you just can't offer him money and gifts. And I thought that was so unfair that you couldn't give him nothing after you was done with him.
This dude crazy. I'm not going to Iceland. So I assume you've been to Iceland and you took advantage of the laws. Is that what you're saying?
I had a great time in Iceland.
Wait, we're not going to go there. We're not going to go there.
The age of consent in Iceland is 13. Did you take advantage of the laws in Iceland? Man, I had a great time in Iceland. You just can't give them gifts afterwards. After you're done with them. You can't give them gifts because that will count as trafficking. So he full on admitted that he did what he did in Iceland. Full on admitted to it. Now, a lot of people will point to, Corey Holcomb is joking. He's making a joke. But at one point, you teeter the line so much that we got to say, I don't know, bro. I don't know, son. Even how Corey Holcomb talk about young women is disturbing. There was a story on the Corey Holcomb podcast he told about, I think like a 5-year-old. Right? And this story makes me uncomfortable to this.
This, viewer discretion is advised. This, y'all not gonna like this. This is the nastiest one. Champs, I'm telling you, when you see this, you're gonna get mad. I ain't gonna lie. When you thought the other stuff was bad, champ, it gets worse. Look.
This past weekend, I saw this little girl. She had a Welch's grape juice bottle in her mouth. and she was about 5. She had the whole bottle as far as it'll go, just sucking on it, walking with her mama. Somebody said, get that out her mouth. When they took it out her mouth, that baby said, you know when she stopped crying? When a man picked her up and put her in her lap and started bouncing with her. Then she stopped crying and was looking like this. I say, that's a
Predator. Why would you even look at a 5-year-old in such ways? And this guy has kids, by the way. Just to let y'all know. You are looking at a kid in such ways? It's nasty. Beyond nasty. At this point, you make Charleston White look good. And Charleston White's supposed to be trolling, but nigga, you shouldn't be trolling like that to begin with. But this? Nah. You trying to make logic out of your sick, disgusting PDF views. Your PDF way of thinking. Your way of thinking is not normal. You're looking at a 5-year-old in the manner in which you should look at a grown woman. Is nasty and very twisted minded. And he's dead serious. Yes, he's 1,000% sold on what he believes. Yeah, that's the guy, champ. This is who's doing it. Yeah, him, champ.
That's a little growing right there. And everybody will say, Corey, what are you talking about? Corey, you crazy. Get the out of here. This little girl was in her bliss with her mouth wide open. She was just, it had the cap on it.
What? Like, come on, man. What are you even talking about? So now kids can't drink no more? Now because a kid is drinking something or enjoying a drink, it equals up to this? This is a nasty, nasty reach for no reason. This is an innocent child. A 5-year-old is an innocent child. What type of math did you do in your head to make it look like, hey, you know what that means? Like, what? Bro, this is a whole kid. This kid has not lived life. Kid's enjoying a drink. This is crazy, man. Salute to AJ Morgan, who says there was never been such an extreme of thought expressed like this outside of the dark web. According to Corey Holcomb, he might have some dark web stuff on his hard drive. I say, hey, FBI, this guy's giving y'all some clues, some intel. You might want to kick his doors down and go take his hard drive. Run up these likes, ladies and gentlemen. Let's keep it going.
And everything. They took it out of mouth. Then a man picked her up and started shaking her on his knee. And she was like, I said, that's a...
Why is this even a concern of yours? Why? Bro. See, the predators will be right up there. Now the crazy thing is this. This is the nastiest reality, right? Another nasty reality is people heard him say this before. And nobody said nothing. People probably people seen this and probably laughed at it and thought it was funny. People seen this and probably seen some rationale here. They probably found this logical when they seen it and heard it. But this is why you have, Frank eaters are detrimental too. You know what I'm saying? All of the Frank eaters of people like this are detrimental too. See, the Glazers are the problem because they will try to justify this and say, just a little dark humor, champ. Well, dark humor? Well, how much dark humor is there? Because there's even more than this that we just saw. It goes beyond just the jokes. Something's wrong here. Like something is mentally not right. Let's continue.
That's a little. It's just Corey Holcomb crazy. I almost want to go back and ask about that little girl and do a documentary on her life. So one day I can show I know what I'm talking about. But
you want to document a random child? You're weird, bro. You's a weirdo. C-Speak. Corey want all black men to be good with the PDF and fame and money. What is the joke on kids? I don't know. Ain't he from Chicago himself, like R. Kelly is? Now that's not me saying Chicago was a Geppetto landmine. I'm not saying that. But ain't son from where Kells is from, allegedly? I don't know where he's from, to be honest with you. I'm assuming the Midwest. I think he's from the Midwest. I could be wrong. Right? Either way, that's not even here nor there. The point is, this is sick. This is weird. He also goes on to say, hey, I want to go back to that 5-year-old girl I was talking about and do a documentary on her life. Why? Why do you want to go back to that girl? And why are you describing her in such ways? For no reason. He's from the rack? Oh, champ, listen. I don't know, man. This is very nasty work. I'ma just say this is disgusting work. Very nasty.
In this society, I'm a bad guy.
Seeing a child suck on their bottle and your mind go to fellatio, you are a disturbed human being. Seeing a child get rocked back and forth to comfort and your mind goes to bedroom positions, you are a disturbed human being. Calling a child a hoe for doing things that kids do is disturbing. You are a disturbed human being. This is not normal.
That ain't nothing no little girl do unless she has the urge to do things like that. She has the urge to be
has the urge at 5 years old. When you're not even fully developed, apparently you have an urge to do something that you're not even fully developed to do yet. So just a child drinking out of a bottle. The child being rocked back and forth like everyone has been as a child. All of a sudden, this child has the urge to do something that adults do. All of a sudden, right? This guy said, this is not even logical thinking. This is just sick. This is a very reachy, disgusting type of narrative he's trying to paint. What is he talking about? He's a weirdo. Oh, champ. Let's continue, man.
satisfied. But ain't nobody gonna pick me. Corey bad. Corey bad. Everybody, Corey, did you hear what Corey said?
Nigga, you have on, look what you're wearing, first off. Yeah, I'm gonna judge you based on what you wear. Bro, you have on a button down. Well, we just gonna call it what it is. I'm gonna call it a button down bandana, champ. Yeah. I'm gonna call it a button down bandana. Now, I ain't never in my entire life seen a Negro wear this in button down fashion. It's not called a bandana, but I'm calling it a bandana. You got on a button down bandana, champ. Nothing more for me to say here. You a weirdo. You dress like a weirdo. I mean, how often do we see this bozo in goddamn wicked witch hats? The nigga usually dresses like a black pilgrim. 10 times out of 10, he's dressing like a black pilgrim. The nigga got a Sir Topham hat on, nigga. He looked like the only black character on Thomas and Friends. 10 times out of 10. Not 9 times out of 10. 10 times out of 10. Homie a weirdo. Weirdos gotta look. Everything gotta look. Alcoholics gotta look. Dope fiends gotta look. And Geppetto's gotta look. He has the look. You got on a pastel button-up, champ. You have on a pastel button-up. You's a weirdo, gang. I've never in my life seen a pastel button-up in all my years, champ. Now, I'm not as old as you, champ. But I've seen a lot of things in that I've never seen. But it gets worse. You think this is just it? It doesn't end here. It doesn't end here. And salute to Tammy, who says this more than just disturbing and disgusting, and this is how he's not in a cell and not on a podcast. Listen, he needs to be in a cell and not a podcast. Actually, the only pod he should be in is in the prison system, because the prison system got pods too. Yeah, the only pod should be in the prison. Because guess what? Prisons got pods too, nigga. You belong in a prison pod, not a podcast. Not a pod that you do on social media. You should be in a pod that's in the prison system. That's the only pod you should be in, by the way. Yeah. Not a pod that's in on social media. A pod in the prison system. You should be in there, champ. It may be a maximum security prison or whatever. Because this is absolutely insane. Salute to Brook Naw in the building. You already know the vibes, you heard? Crazy. But let's proceed.
The little girl took the bottle out of her mouth and he said she gonna be a yes. And if it was more men in the house, the little daughters wouldn't be walking around with things preparing their jaw for hustle. Her jaw is being prepared for hustle. And this
What? Yo, you hear this guy? Her jaw is being prepared for hustle. This guy's insane. Something's wrong with him. At this point, you should be labeled mentally insane. Because I strongly believe in my heart of hearts that people who do predatory things are mentally insane to some degree. Like, you are a weirdo. You are a weirdo. What are you talking about? Her jaw is being prepared for, because she's drinking a bottle, bro? Listen, and guess what? Like I said earlier, there's gonna be people who defend this, who think this is cool. They're gonna think this is fine. Salute to LaShawn Taylor with $2 in taxes, keeping the IRS off their back. Tax season is here, ladies and gentlemen. Tax season is here, by the way. Off topic. But back to what I was saying. Preparing your jaw for hustle is absolutely insane. That doesn't make sense. That is absolutely weird. It's clearly a reach, and you're clearly a weirdo. You dig? And like I said, people will defend this. People are going to defend this. And guess what? Another thing. Ain't they doing the pod tonight too? Yeah, the podcast is that I believe Corey Holcomb has the podcast tonight where he's going to speak on things. Hopefully this comes up. But then again, we might not want this to come up because he might just say more insane things in regards to what this is about. You dig what I'm saying? Like, we just gotta make it make sense. You dig? Like, come on, man. This is absolutely insane, bro. It's not cool. It's weird.
little girl,
Her teeth aren't.
baby goop.
Hold on there. Now wait just 1 second. Hold on.
Yes. And if it was more men in the house, the little daughters wouldn't be walking around with things preparing their jaw for hustle. Her jaw is being prepared for hustle. And this was a little girl.
Her teeth aren't.
You also are not off the hook here, Darlene. No. You being a contributor to this heinous activity makes you the problem too. Let's not forget the co-conspirators in the matter, because we're not dumb. We see what's going on here. You are also the issue. I seen people trying to give her now, saying, oh, Darlene and Craig gotta get away from Corey. No, they gotta catch the same strays he about to catch. Actually, stay right where you at. Don't move. You are also complicit in said crimes. Don't go nowhere. Stay right there. Stay right where you at, champ. You're not going nowhere. I don't give a damn what who said. Niggas said, oh, but Darlene and Craig. No, stay right where you at. Don't move. Don't go a damn place. Stay right where you at. You're gonna catch the same wreck that he about to catch. Don't go nowhere, champ. We seen you. We caught you in 4K. Wailing, smiling and smirking at this heinous display. Like, what we talking about? The fact that you smiling and laughing at this disgusting behavior is crazy. No. You gotta catch the same wreck. You gotta catch the same wreck. Salute the queen of Topics TV in the building. She says the woman Carrie hit exposed Darlene is sleeping with Corey. That's why she defends him and never checks him. Well, guess what? That's all fine and dandy, but there's absolutely no excuse to even partake in the behavior. Dutch says for a grown woman to not be disgusted by this is insane. 1000%. 1000%. Boss Tweet says Black Epstein. Yo, respectfully, I ain't gonna lie. He ain't Epstein level till we check that hard drive. Until we see that hard drive, we can't say he's Epstein yet. But he's teetering. He's teetering in Epstein territory for damn sure. He's teetering in that territory for damn sure, though. I'll give you that, champ. But let's proceed.
Baby Goobler. I like that.
A grown woman is next to Corey Holcomb participating in this. She's She says, oh, her teeth not preparing her for fellation. What? A baby teething makes you think about
Good job, Flakko. I'm glad you're pointing out these heinous clips. I'm glad this is the type of content that we want to see, champ. Well, actually, we don't want to see it, but we do want to see people get exposed who's being weird, though. We do want to see, like, not that we want to see actual people talk like this, but we do want to see who's doing the nasty things on the tube gang, at least. We do want to see who, expose these people for being weirdos. Because we definitely want to see who's being weird. Not that we really want to see them talk about it, but we definitely want to see them be outed for what they're doing. 1000%. You dig? Like, come on, bro. Magazine says, I hope TMZ get this news out about Corey so more people will know how disgusting it is. See, now here's another sad reality that you need to realize. The news outlets protect PDFs. The news outlets, how often do you see news outlets actually going after PDFs? You don't usually see it now, don't you, champ? You don't usually see PDFs get attacked by the news now, do you, champ? You don't. And there's a reason for that. Maybe it's because these predators have too much power. And that is why a lot of news outlets would never really go out their way to out anyone for being a PDF, because the PDFs are actually the ones, pulling the strings. So with that being said, maybe this is a bit more deeper than we actually know. TMZ would never in their life out a PDF because they get paid by PDFs. So they're not going to do that. Because then they would be biting the hand at that point, right? Yeah, they'd be biting the hand. They know who's who and what who's doing. Listen, there's a very sad reality out there in Hollywood and what have you that I don't think a lot of people realize. But hey, champs, it's very common for PDFs to be running the program. You dig? Salute to the homie 24. The owner of CMZ, Harvey Levine, is in Epstein files. Well, and there you have it, champ. Let's continue.
If you think this is the worst of it, nah, bruh. It gets worse.
Me for real, one day I was living with this lady and her daughters crawled in the bed and I ain't have on
Yeah.
I was up under the cover.
Wow.
And I was like, oh And one of her
Tell
daughters
Michael,
was like,
rest in peace.
Her daughter was, she was in high school. I think she was 15. Still not legal. You just can't tell your true thoughts.
What truth?
Let's run that back. Ladies and gentlemen, let's run that back. Salute to the homie Ticket TV, by the way. Let's run that back. Did you hear what this guy said? Pay attention.
A baby teething?
Come on.
If you think this is the worst of it, nah, bruh. It gets worse.
Me for real, one day I was living with this lady and her daughters crawled in the bed and I ain't have on
Yeah.
I was up under the cover.
Wow.
And I was like, oh And one of her
Tell
daughters
Michael,
was like,
rest in peace.
Her daughter was, she was in high school. I think she was 15. Still not legal. You just can't tell your true thoughts.
Can't tell you true thoughts. Remember, you allowed the kids to crawl up under the bed too, which means you think about what he's saying here. Bro says, I was with Shorty and her kids crawled up under, not just one, kids, her daughters, all underage, crawled up in the bed while he was in there butt naked. Which means, hey, you was okay with that, huh, you? You was cool with that, huh, you? That was cool. You just stayed in the bed, and he stayed there. Oh, you knew they was coming in the bed, and you stayed there, Chip. You didn't grab the blanket, and you stayed there. He wanted them to go under the blanket, Chip. He wanted them to go under the blanket. Facts. This is what he wanted, Chip. It was a dream come true, Chip. Sounds like a dream come true for you, a PDF's haven, Chip, if you will, yeah. Literally the Willy Wonka's chocolate factory for PDFs, Chip, for you specifically. Yeah, you was just in holy matrimony, happy as hell that some underage children was crawling up in the same bed you was in with no clothes on, you sicko. What are we talking about here? Is Corey Holcomb going to prison sometime soon? I sure hope so, because what type of time is he on? FBA Mr. CJ says he's on some Nature Boy-ish. You may have a point. And I seen some bozos defending Nature Boy too. Nature Boy is not coming home. And neither should Corey. I ain't gonna lie. Run up these likes, ladies and gentlemen. Let's continue. Jeez.
What true thoughts can you not say about your 15-year-old step? What true thoughts are in your head about your 15-year-old stepdaughter that you can't say? And also, if you were naked under the covers, why did you allow her to crawl up under the covers? Well, wouldn't hey, yo, wait, we about to put on clothes, chill. Wouldn't that have sufficed?
It's a fact. It's a fact. He just stood there ready. It's a fact. I mean, at this point, you're just pretty much admitting that you're a weirdo. Mind you, Corey Holcomb almost 60 years old, by the way. By the way, Corey Holcomb is nearly 60 years old. Bro's like 56, by the way. So think about how long this guy's been an adult. Think about how long this guy's been a grown person. This is nasty work. This is nasty work. Will this get addressed on the pod? Nah, probably not. But who knows? But who knows? Ashante, hope I'm saying your name right, says he better cancel tonight's 5150 show. Nah. Let the show go on, champ. Nah. I want to hear what he has to say for himself. Because guess what? He's gonna definitely catch a lot of heat tonight. I ain't gonna lie. Salute to Flakko though, man. Flakko put it all together. He put it all together. He put it out there in the algorithm as he should, champ. Because this is weird, man. This is weird. This is suspect, bro. It shouldn't be happening. It's weird behavior. At the end of the day, it's weird. What are you doing? What type of time are you on, gang? Seriously, though. This has to be exposed. This is why I'm doing this video right now. This is nasty. We gotta expose all the weirdos. I am all for exposing the weirdos. I'm all for that. We need to know who's doing this nonsense, and people need to understand the magnitude of how suspect and criminal this is. Because at the end of the day, we're hearing about criminal behavior. Feel me? For real though. If you ain't smashed that like, do the man a favor and up these likes. It's very key to the channel, gang. Let's proceed, man.
But Corey Holcomb, when he tells the story, it becomes perfectly clear that he thought there was a possibility, or he thought like she wanted him or something. Like she kept on sending him signs.
Her daughter was gonna be thick like her mama. I know that much.
Yeah.
I knew her daughter was a bust down. She got pregnant like a year after I moved out. She was 16. I knew she was gonna get pregnant, goddamn it, because she used to do shit. She used to do shit to let me know, damn, this is trying to get me in trouble.
Oh.
Her name was Tiffany.
Look at Darlene again. Darlene again. Oh, and this is who y'all want to save? This guy talking about a 15-year-old was thick. I knew she was going to get pregnant. I knew it. Like, what? Darlene, you're back in the mix when it comes to this weirdo baby. You ain't going to say nothing about it neither.
Because she used to do shit. She used to do shit to let me know, damn, this is trying to get me in trouble.
Oh.
Her name.
All smiles. All smiles. You know, Darlene was the same one who was on that cover with Ice-T, by the way. Remember the Ice-T cover when he had the shorty with the strap and all that? Remember the Ice-T album cover? That was her on it. That was her up there. She ain't got a problem with it. Listen, when it was that situation with that girl who was underage, prostituting and what have you, out there in LA, some months ago, there was a lot of people in LA who didn't have a problem with that. There was a lot of people in LA who didn't have an issue with that. Now, I'm not saying that people out there are cool with underage things, but it seems to be a thing. It seems to not be much of an issue, from what I understand. I'm just gonna be honest about the situation. I'm just gonna be honest about the situation, gang. But yeah, Darlene, you a weirdo too, because you also are somebody who's okay with the behavior. You are an enabler of the behavior. You are cool with him talking about this. You think this is funny. Maybe there's more to this than we actually know. Maybe you think it's just Corey Holcomb and it's not just Corey Holcomb. Maybe it's more than just Corey. You ever thought about that, champ? See, now I'm looking at everybody. It might be bigger than rap, gang.
It was Tiffany.
Right. All of you are kids.
Yeah, she has a documentary.
Kid pussy, that's the best I'm saying.
See, you heard. Run that back and hear from his mouth again.
Right. All of you are kids.
Yeah, she has a documentary.
Kid pussy, that's the best I'm saying.
What did this nigga say?
A kid.
Yeah, she has a documentary.
Kid
out
pussy.
right
That's the best.
I've never even heard that in my life. I've never even heard that in my life. Nigga, what? Kid P is the best P. Get this nigga out of here, gang. Immediately. Get this nigga out of here, bro. Like, is it jokes for real? This ain't jokes. This isn't jokes. This isn't jokes. And you can't make a joke like this because it's not funny. It's weird. Listen, dark humor is dark humor. Let's separate dark humor from actuality, please. Everything ain't funny, man. There's no PDF joke you can make that's funny. Ain't no harming of children jokes you can make that's funny. It's just not. Thus says you know one place I never thought about visiting and probably will never visit, Iceland. Yeah, cause who goes there? Who goes there? It's crazy, bro.
There are some sick dudes out there who will probably excuse this as jokes. Ain't nothing funny about saying a kid woohoo is the best woohoo out here. A kid woohoo is better than an adult woohoo. Cause one, how would you know? If you're not somebody who engage in, how would you know if you don't engage with children? But it's all jokes, right?
You better watch on your kids. I'm want some type real bad.
Jesus Christ.
Can you get charged if you spoon a child?
Why would you ask that? Hey, yo. What? 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 Yo, this is crazy, man. She asks if this is AI. If this is AI, listen, I ain't gonna lie to you. Question for you: Does it look AI? Do it look? I'm asking you. Does it look AI? AI. Yo, listen. No AI is gonna do this. By the way, so when you do AI, there's actually some types of, there are things you can and cannot do with AI programs. There's definitely things you cannot do. All right, there's stipulations there. Ain't none of this AI. This is content that was found and clipped because it should be. But look at this bozo had the audacity to say this is absolutely insane. This is crazy, gang. You seeing this right here? You seeing it in 4K, gang. This ain't no made up stuff. Look.
Are you kids? Want some type real bad.
Jesus Christ.
Can you get charged if you spoon a child? Get behind him, make him take all his clothes off, and you hug him like that. Is that a charge?
Sure.
You do know spooning is basically grooming and also essaying and a bunch of other things, right? This is nasty. Why would you? Who thinks of these things? Your thoughts are nasty. You dress nasty. You look nasty. Listen, I ain't gonna hold you. The way you dress, the way you look oozes PDF. I ain't gonna lie. You ooze of creepy behavior. You just ooze. You sweat creepiness. You sweat PDF fluid. Everything about you is weird, gang. You a weirdo. You ask these weird, you're a weirdo. You have creative PDF thoughts, Chip. You have a very creative PDF mind. Like, You ever thought you could get charged for spooning a child? Like, what? Nigga, I'm always like, wait, time out. Time. What do you want? It's cringe. Like, this is cringe. Like, if anyone asks these questions, you should immediately cringe at this person for asking these weird questions. Like, right away. This just doesn't make sense. This is nasty. This is disgusting. What type of time are you on, gang? Seriously. You feel me? Like, at some point, this is just weird. This is beyond, like, it's beyond sus. This is super cringe. It's weird. And well, man, we have the FBI come through, pull up, and take that hard drive from your computer, like, right away, ASAP. Let's continue. My fault.
Yes, Corey, I'm
What is
pretty
that?
sure.
Not no penetration, just
Doesn't have to be penetration. It's so you can't
That's
be
love.
You can.
It's love? It's love? Hey, yo. Hey, yo. Spooning kid is love. You heard it here first, Chin. This ain't nothing made up. You heard it from the horse's mouth. Now, how will the horse try to defend these things? How will the horse... Listen, I promise you this. If and when Corey Holcomb decides to do his podcast, whether it be tonight or whenever he does it, if he doesn't cancel it completely, which I'm pretty sure he's not, because people still support this weird message, this weird agenda. All Corey Holcomb gonna say is it was all jokes. Y'all took it too serious. It was just jokes. All he could do is hide it under the guise of comedy, right? But how far do we go with comedy? Don't we put a line in the sand with comedy and being a weirdo? Because being a creep ain't comedy, gang. There is no comedy in creepiness. Like, is your comedy is pro being a PDF? You can't be a funny PDF. There's no such thing as being a funny PDF, champ. Like, there's no such thing as there being a comedy show. It's like, tonight we have the PDFs tonight. Yeah. We have the PDFs live at 8 p.m. Come in. Free drinks till 10. Yeah, we got a PDF tonight telling the best PDF jokes in town. Like, there ain't no such thing, gang. Fails to exist. Wouldn't make any money. Would just make people cringe. Yeah, tonight we got the best PDF joker in town, Corey Holcomb, at 8 p.m. tonight. Free drinks till 10 p.m. Like, nigga, don't exist. He's telling the best PDF jokes possible. Like, what? Doesn't exist. Will never exist. Let's continue. My fault.
Okay, hold
What
on.
if it's a stepchild?
Okay, I don't know where we're going with this, but
I'm just asking. They got these charges. I'm trying to see what the charges gonna be.
the wedding ring.
Somebody called me Corey Kelly because I said spoon.
Oh, good one.
I would never
Or Corey Epstein.
spoon a child. I'm asking what happens if you do it.
What the hell do you think happened, nigga? It's a rhetorical question. Nigga, that's like asking what happens if what happens if you rob a bank. What the hell you think gonna happen, nigga? What happens if I do it though? Like, nigga, yo, bro, respectfully, what the hell you think gonna happen, nigga? What happens if you pour Hennessy into a cup of Coca-Cola, nigga? Don't you? You get a mixed drink, don't you, champ? Yeah. What happens when you open a fridge door, champ? I don't know. What happens? Like, this is stupid. This is dumb. In fact, it's you being a PDF and playing dumb, which makes it more the worst to me. I ain't gonna lie. This is weird, gang. And apparently, there's more where this came from. Apparently, this isn't even the end of it, apparently.
It's called research.
Who mind goes there? Who mind goes to
Research.
Yo, bro, how much time would I get if I just spoon instead of like the full thing? Like, if I just spoon, do I get a couple years off my sentence? Why are you thinking about this, bro?
Right. Please keep this piece of tape for future references. I'm telling you now, when they go after me, they get dirt like a I'm here to tell you, if they go through my computer, they gonna be like Corey, like what else can I put out there?
Snacks.
I mean, yeah, them are big in the child. I'm gonna check my browser, goddamn. 16, 17, 18.
You heard what he said. Maybe there's some truth to power there. Maybe if they do check this computer, there's a lot of, I think maybe, look, FBI might be y'all time to investigate, chat. Might wanna, bro's telling y'all what's going on, champ. He says it himself. He said it, gang. Yeah. Check his, go confiscate his hard drive. He said whatever he got, y'all would put him away for good, champ. Apparently there's a lot of CP on that PC, champ, yeah. There's some CP on that PC. Put PC in reverse, and that's pretty much what you get from his hard drive, champ. I get a lot of CP on the PC, yeah, crazy. Yeah, the reversal effect of a PC might be his hard drive, champ. By the way. Oh, champ. Lock him up, gang. Lock him up.
19, 20. That woman is like at a point in her life where she is. What? It's just nobody likes to say shit like that in America because you can get in trouble for that. Now, I don't want no woman that's 16, 17, 18 because of the laws and because of the mental state she's in. Epstein Island, that'd be a great movie.
Yeah.
A great movie? Hey, yo. Nah, man. So now we can't trust nobody else with a Sir Topham hat. I don't care who you are. All you Sir Topham hat wearing niggas is officially on the sus list. I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, y'all made the suspect list. All y'all got them overly fedora wearing niggas. All you niggas that dress like y'all belong in the mask. Y'all made the list. I ain't gonna hold you, champ. Might want to take those things off. I ain't gonna lie. Nasty
What was happening on
word.
Epstein Island?
The children. That would be a horrible
So you telling me?
Oh my God, they weren't children. They were.
What the
There you go. Now you done.
What do you mean? I said no, and I said
You wouldn't watch it if it was a movie. It ain't real.
I ain't watching.
Nothing that got to do with no children. Fucking what the
Asking you, would you watch it? No.
Bro, he's basically watching what people watch a movie where kids are getting effed. This guy's a weirdo. Who in their right mind would ever want to watch something like that? Who in their right mind would want to ever introduce their brain to such trauma? Yeah, me personally, I'm not into watching movies that have rape scenes in it at all. I don't do that. I don't watch movies like that. I think it's weird. Unnecessary trauma. Unnecessary. I don't watch those types of movies. You know, a lot of us, or a lot of y'all, I never seen the clip or I've ever seen this part of the movie. I just know about it. You know about the movie Locked Up, or is it Lockdown? Not Locked Up, Lockdown with Master P and them. There's a nasty scene in that movie that a lot of people know about, especially if you're from the hood. And some of y'all seen that. I never seen it. I'm gonna keep it a G-Stack, which I seen the BET version, which don't count because you don't see no scene in. But if you know about the movie Lockdown and you know about that scene I'm talking about, there's a lot of people who seen that. And yeah, I don't watch that type of stuff, gang. I'm gonna keep it a G-Stack. I don't watch that type of stuff. Unnecessary trauma, weird. To me, I don't get involved with it. That's just how I am, gang. We don't watch all that. That's nasty work. I don't get into all that. You heard? Mrs. Kelly said Monsters Ball, Halle Berry. That's not a grape scene, my dear. That was not a grape scene, by the way. Nah, that don't count. Monsters Ball, Halle Berry, no. That's not a grape scene. Nah, that's not it. I think you have the wrong idea. That ain't what I'm talking about. But let's continue.
And no, there you go.
You won't watch
it.
That's ridiculous. He knows what he's doing.
I know he knows.
I know he knows.
Yeah, I know he knows what he's doing.
Corey asked his co-host what he thought was a stumping question, what he thought was a question that was difficult, and that question was, Man, what went on Epstein Island? You mean to tell me that if they put out a movie of kids getting effed, you wouldn't watch it? No. No. That's not a hard... No. But in Corey head, that was like a hard question, as if like that was something enticing. No, it's not enticing.
Corey, wish my baby happy 16th birthday.
Aww.
Hell, she ain't yours, so this is easy. She turning sweet 16 Saturday. Hey, what's up? Make sure, hey, look, I don't know her name. Isabella. What is her name? Dita 605? Dita 605? Listen, I want to wish your daughter a happy birthday. Her sweet 16. It's a beautiful age, and you make sure you and your daughter have counseling so that if she's broke, cat daddies like me ain't in that ass by the time she...
So someone asking for a birthday shout out for their 16-year-old daughter, you immediately try to nextualize the situation, saying, make sure cat daddies like me ain't what? What the cat daddies say? Let's put it on repeat.
Listen, I want to wish your daughter a happy birthday. Her sweet 16. It's a beautiful age, and you make sure you and your daughter have counseling so that if she's broke, cat daddies like me ain't in that ass by the time she's 21 through 30.
So make sure she ain't broke, because cat daddies like me will be in her by the time she's 21 through 30. So basically, you just take advantage of broke women, or broke underage women for that matter. Nasty work. So you're admitting that you were one of these creeps, Chan. Got it. Understood. Makes sense. Yeah, this is a full-blown confession under the guise of comedy, by the way. Nasty.
Because if you don't bring them up right, I'm going to be with them on their birthday.
Hey, yo. Yeah. You see where he's going. But it's comedy, right? It's all under the guise of comedy. Right.
I was at the mall with the little broke. We was in Victoria's Secret. And I'm sitting there at the counter. I'm like, what's up? She needs to get measured for a bra. She never been measured for a bra. And she want to have the right size on instead of the Walmart bras. And the lady was like, oh, that is so sweet. Is this your daughter? I said, I'm standing up in this little bit.
Oh, my.
Hey, yo. Nasty work. Penny Prell says Joe Budden need to get a hold of these clips so he can roast Corey Small. This is why you listen. You can do all the roasting you want. Joe Budden still likes animals in a certain type of way. I ain't gonna lie, bro. Joe Budden is a animal satisfier, by the way. He likes to play with dogs in a way in which dogs should not be played with. By the way, yeah, so I ain't gonna lie, I don't know if Joe's the best candidate to be roasted, but hey, it is what it is. Let's continue.
My God.
And it wasn't a laugh when I said that. It wasn't a laugh. The lady looked like, I was like, I got a couple of dollars. I get to smash look cute young girls like this that come from poverty. I'm standing up, Anna. Do you need a bro? My brother's daughter was with a group of us. We were at the hotel because my mom was in town. D, was you there?
Yep, I brought the cake.
I know how to do babies.
It was Cooper cute, though.
Everybody was trying to get her attention, but she wouldn't do nothing but hug her daddy because she didn't know us like that.
It's true.
I didn't pay her no attention. I just kept looking away. But I talk, my voice carries. And she kept looking.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, what happened, D?
She went right to him. It was almost like,
I'm the one wasn't paying her no attention.
And everybody like this, what? Like,
you know what that told me?
What?
She gonna be getting put up in her when she grow up.
Hey, yo. Nah. So you know how to get a baby's attention. Baby wouldn't pay nobody no mind. Baby paid attention to you. And you say, oh, you know what that means. One day that baby gonna be getting some D up in her. You disgusted, bro. You was a weirdo. How is that comedy? That's not comedy. You are a weirdo. Facts. TMZ not gonna put these clips up, gang. No, they're not. No. And guess what? The clips got worse and worse per clip. It just kept leveling down to more dark, nasty things that came out of Corey Holcomb's mouth. It just got worse and worse and darker and darker and darker. It continued, champ.
I just kept looking away. But I talk, my voice carries. And she kept looking.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, what happened, D?
She went right to him. It was almost like,
I'm the one wasn't paying her no attention.
And everybody like this, what? Like,
you know what that told me?
What?
She gonna be getting put up in her when she grow up.
God, why did I?
Some people will excuse this behavior as edgy comedy.
I mean, that's what they're gonna do. And that's what Corey's gonna do on his podcast. He's gonna say y'all taking edgy comedy way too serious. I would never do these things, champ. Never. Champ. I know it seemed real, but it's just comedy, champ. Yeah, sure it is. Let's see that hard drive of yours. Let's prove that it's actually just comedy. Because to be honest, anyone who would be comfortable doing this as comedy is nasty. And all you telling us really is that you know how to rizz up babies, nigga. You know how to get babies' attention because maybe you were someone that has took advantage of babies. Allegedly, we'll say. Nasty work. This is weird, man. Like I said, this is weird on new heights, new levels of suspect. Like, again, you've surpassed Charleston White levels of suspect. And Charleston White has literally sat up there and admitting to supposedly raping women. Like, this is bad, bro. Beyond bad. I ain't gonna lie.
I'm not excusing this, man. I think it's up to Corey to come on his podcast and say, hey, bruh, what I said in the past about them babies is crazy. I don't know what I was thinking. But knowing Corey, bro, he's not about to apologize for nothing, man. But y'all let me know in the comment section what.
Salute to Poetik Flakko, man. That was a very informative video you did. And people need to understand the type of nonsense that we dealing with here, man. On the real, though. Like I said, the unfortunate truth is that people like Corey Holcomb will never be canceled because, again, there's people who think this is funny. There's people who actually resonate with this nonsense. And this is why Glazers are very problematic because Glazers will definitely try to put a shield on a Geppetto all the time. Been doing it. You've seen it countless times. It's not new. People will try to protect Charleston White and they'll protect Corey Holcomb too. So at the end of the day, as much as we want to see Corey Holcomb get torn down to no end, as much as we want to see him in a Wendy's uniform, he might not get there because there's still, to some degree, a level of weirdo culture that exists. There's a level of weirdos that's still going to support him anyway. And that's just the name of the game. Alright? And there was also some Glazers who said the mayor can't lay down Corey Holcomb. Put money up that I want, nigga. This nigga's 56 years old. I'm not 56. I'm not 56, champ. You don't know, champ. I might throw Corey Holcomb around, by the way. You have no idea who I am. Someone said, you won't do nothing to Corey Holcomb, mate. Put money up. I'll do something to you to put money on the floor. I'm petty like that. Yeah. Whoever said put money on the floor that I won't do nothing. Put money on the floor. Let's see. I'll show you more than I can tell you. Keep thinking the man ain't crazy. and you ain't gotta be crazy to put Corey on the ground. By the way, you ain't gotta. You don't even know. Look at this ball. Look at the Glazer. You got Frank. Listen, keep washing Frank with your neck, champ. You're a good Frank washer. Keep taking Frank to the car wash with your neck region, champ. You're doing good. Your mother would be proud. You're doing better than her, champ. You're doing better than her. You know they had a car wash in your neighborhood. It actually was in your mother's room. Yeah, her neck was doing the washing. By the way, yeah, champ. Hope you knew that, champ. I don't know if you knew that, but you know now, don't you, champ? Oh, champ. Run up these likes. Hit the like button. Share the video, gang, and hit the hype button when the video is done. Let the man know how you feel in the comment section, gang. Yeah, let me know how you feel. Up these likes, hit the hype button, subscribe to the channel if you're brand new, okay? And one more thing before we get all the way up out of here. Are you ready, gang? It's the mayor. The one and only New York Mayor, F. Vladtv, and you rocking with the town favorite Showface News. It's Big Gotham. You already know it's the town versus everybody at all times. I'm up out of here, gang. Salute.